Hi, my name's Ashley Regan, and I'm a technical digital strategist at Fulius. I'm here to walk you through how the Service Hub within HubSpot can be aligned to the property sector and ensure that you get maximum return on investment. Service Hub connects all of your customer service data and your channels on one CRM platform, so you can easily support, retain, and grow your customer base. The results? Well, better customer service management and obviously delighted customers at every stage of the journey. Some key takeaways you should be able to ascertain from watching this video is you should be aware of the breadth of native functionality available within Service Hub. And I'll be demonstrating some of those tools during this video. You should be equipped with actually the knowledge of how you can turn your customers into advocates of your businesses. So we're starting to go down to the part of the delight area of HubSpot's flywheel, as well as the power of having the full lifecycle journey data consolidated into one source, otherwise known as one true source of data. Now, recent survey has shown that 48% of customers say the pandemic has raised their customer service standards, according to Zendesk survey conducted this year. So as a result of this, businesses have more focus and more of a demand to ensure that their customer service elements are obviously delighting their customers to the standards they expect. So I'll be showcasing now a couple of tools natively available within Service Hub to actually enable you to start delighting your customers. First one I'd like to highlight is the Omni-Channel Messaging. Omni-Channel simply is put an actual conversation inbox that consolidates all your different channels into one single view. What this enables is the agents themselves to quickly and effortlessly have the key information associated to that contact at hand. As you can see here, at a glance, we can see any open tickets associated to the contact. So this could be when they're actually going through their post-completion day onboarding. We can see any information relating to that contact at a top level. And additionally, we can see the associated plots and developments linked to that contact record. As you can see, if I click into the relevant record, it will then easily navigate us to that record to then find out any additional information as required. What this does is, as mentioned, provide at a glance and easy access to all the objects accessible directly to the inbox, as well as consolidating all of the customer's inquiries into a single easy to use inbox. Now, just to showcase some of the channels available to you, as you can see here, you can actually connect team emails, chats, forms, Facebook Messenger, and WhatsApp Business now to a single channel, meaning that if somebody was to drop an email to yourselves and then actually pick up the conversation via live chat, so they can have all the necessary information in a single channel so that they're fully aware of all the conversation had to date. Now, Chatflows actually help customers on your website in real time. You can actually automatically route users to the right people of your service team and actually build better relationships through the actual contextual conversations had. Now, there's actually numerous cases for Chatflows, otherwise known as live chat and bots, within HubSpot, and you can roll these out quite effortlessly through the use of templates if required. Just to highlight a few key ones here, you can see you can roll out a live chat functionality quite effortlessly. And additionally, you can actually have a concierge bot or a meeting or a ticket bot to actually handle some of the initial inquiries for you before relaying that to an agent within the platform. Now, recent survey has shown that millennials prefer live chat for customer service over every other communication channel, according to Com100. This does handle customer and prospect inquiries in real time, proving to minimize the friction and increase engagement satisfaction as the visitors are able to identify and extrapolate the information they require in close to real time via the use of chatbots and live chat. Now, ticket pipelines are a great way for individuals to spend less time on actual data entry and more time helping your customers succeed. You can add routing to tickets to create a help desk that prioritizes tickets based on key metrics for your business. What this does is it provides complete visibility of the statuses and access to key information during a customer's post-completion day onboarding journey. As you can see here, we can easily manipulate and move the tickets along to the relevant stages, similar to that of a deal pipeline. But additionally, if we were to click into one of the records, they can be completely customized to ensure that the relevant information is surfaced at a glance for the agents themselves. So on the left default sidebar, you can easily customize the actual properties displayed to ensure that they're equipped with the relevant information. And additionally, you can customize the right sidebar to ensure that they only have the records associated that is relevant to their inquiry. Knowledge Base does enable us to roll out quite effortlessly Knowledge Base custom for your business. You can create custom articles and link those to categories so the visitors themselves can easily navigate through the actual knowledge base. In turn, this helps customers help themselves and actually reduce the number of support requests you receive, otherwise known as self-servicing. You can convert frequently asked questions into a searchable library of help articles, videos, and documentation. So just to showcase this point, if I was to navigate within one of the actual categories, and then if I was to navigate into an article, you can see here, we can actually customize the information stored against these articles, and the users themselves can quite easily navigate to find the relevant articles. Additionally, we can embed videos on here to act as another means of educating the visitors based on their actual information they're looking for. Through the use of the search function, we can quite easily and effortlessly identify the most searched terms and then identify where we are missing articles aligned to those search queries. This means it makes it easier for us to actually identify where there are gaps in our knowledge base to then prioritize in the creation of those new articles centered around the search volumes received in the search bar. 69% of consumers try to resolve their issues independently, but less than 1/3 of companies actually offer a self-servicing option such as a knowledge base. Now, this is a recent survey conducted by Zendesk, conducted this year, and that kind of proves to us that despite the trends in the market and visitors actually wanting the functionality to self-service, a lot of companies are still catching up with that trend and currently don't have the means to service that. As you can see, quite effortlessly through the use of HubSpot's knowledge base, we can roll out not only a knowledge base, but start creating relevant assets based on the demand that we're receiving via the traffic. HubSpot does a great job of enabling us to benefit from some of its templated libraries. Additionally, we are able to actually easily construct different variations of surveys based on their use case. This means we can get a pulse on our customer happiness. We can deploy periodic NPS scores, either via the website or email. We can capture CSAT, CES, as well as create custom surveys, all of which enable us to gather feedback that can be used to build a better customer experience. Just to showcase some examples, you can see here we can create a custom survey, which enables us to utilize different metrics to determine the actual happiness or the success of the customer. We can roll out a customer effort score survey, which can, as mentioned, be done via email, as well as customer satisfactions, which can be embedded on your website. So this can be aligned to certain pages to actually capture the engagement from your recipients or visitors, as well as the NPS score, which can be sent out on a regular cadence to ensure that you're aware of your customer satisfaction and potentially identify any potential loss of business. This proves very popular for organizations that want to understand their visitor satisfaction during the actual sales process. Alternatively, it can be after each engagement that a person has had with your business, and during their post-completion date onboarding, you can start to understand the satisfaction based on your customers at each point in the journey. Service Analytics is a mini hub based on reporting functionality centered around the Service Hub itself. So we actually out of the box have immediate reports to understand the performance centered around the team itself, as well as the customer satisfaction. So you can start to uncover key insights with out of the box reports that help you to deliver service that is both efficient and authentic. As you can see here, this can actually be filtered against not only individual reps, but also the actual teams, as well as the pipelines. So we can start to better understand in isolation the performance centered around these metrics. This means we can understand the volume of actual inquiries we're receiving based on the different channels and who's in ownership of that, as well as time spent within actually the ticket pipeline. So during the completion day post-onboarding, we can actually start to understand how long it takes for our agents to handle their inquiries and actually move customers along their onboarding journey so we can better actually forecast and understand the time taken to carry out these tasks. Now, as you'll appreciate, there is a lot of functionality within HubSpot that we do struggle to try and cram into these videos. So there is some additional features I really do just want to highlight at a top level that we're starting to uncover and understand more business use cases for the property sector itself. First one to highlight is actually the customer portal. And this is available out of the box that enables you to actually have visibility to your visitors on your open tickets, as well as your closed tickets. This means then you can start to empower your customers to gain ownership over their experience with the secure customer portal. Your portal keeps the conversations going between the customer and your reps, so issues are resolved much faster due to the actual transparent visibility associated to their tickets. Now, we are aware that most businesses do operate around either SLAs, goals, or KPIs. This can be fully managed within HubSpot, but additionally, due to a new beta feature released, you are able to create your own custom goals that are specific not only to your sector, but actually for your business. So this can be centered around certain object activity, but additionally, we can actually make use of custom properties to actually define what that KPI or that goal looks like to your users or that team. So again, through the use of actually HubSpot's customization, you're able to create bespoke goals centered around the team or the users themselves, so you can start tracking performance. Another feature I'd like to highlight is automated customer service. What we can do is eliminate the unnecessary manual processes that your team need to carry out, and obviously enable them to actually focus at the task at hand, which is solving your customers' problems and ensuring customer satisfaction. In turn, this can actually empower your agents to craft authentic experiences at scale. Now, a common use case for this is when a deal actually reaches the point of completion, so otherwise known as closed won, we can then automate the process of creating a ticket to then start the process of the customer's completion day post-onboarding. This means that we can have intelligence captured from both marketing and sales feed into the Service Hub and vice versa. So we can actually start to automate the actual processes themselves via the enrichment of data captured both at the sales, the marketing, and the service level. And then lastly, as you'll expect, the team management component. So you can keep your team organized and nimble by ensuring that every rep has access to the right tools. You can quickly view, manage, and actually access agent permissions, statuses, and availability across your team. And with the advantage of having both your marketing, your sales, and your service functionality within one platform, you can have all of that intelligence feed into one another to then enrich things like your automation, to obviously minimize the activities of your users' day-to-day activity, as well as enhance your reporting by having a complete picture of the customer satisfaction itself.